This is a Ramana Maharshi clip, a talk by Ramana Maharshi with comments by Richard Clarke. This is a time to listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. I'm Richard. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from talk number 49. Some men ask the Master questions which ultimately resolve themselves into one, that I is not perceptible, however much they might struggle. The Master's reply was in the usual strain. Who is it that says that I is not perceptible? Is there an I ignorant and an I elusive? Are there two I's in the same person? Ask yourself these questions. It is the mind which says that I is not perceptible. Where's the mind from? You know the mind. You'll find it a myth. King Janaka said, I have discovered the thief who had been ruining me so long. I will now deal with him summarily. Then I shall be happy. Similarly, it will be with others. The questioner asks, how do I know the I? Maharshi, the I is always there. There's no knowing it. It is not a new knowledge acquired. What is new and not here and now will be evanescent only. The I is always there. There is obstruction to its knowledge, and it's called ignorance. Remove the ignorance, and knowledge shines forth. In fact, this ignorance, or even knowledge, is not for Atman. They are only overgrowths to be cleared off. That is why Atman is said to be beyond knowledge and ignorance. It remains as it naturally is. That is all. In this dialogue, seekers were grappling with the idea that the I, or the self, is elusive and not readily perceptible. Ramana Maharshi responds with his characteristic depth and clarity. Ramana begins by asking the questioners to examine the one who claims that the I is imperceptible. He challenges whether there are indeed two I's within a person, one that is ignorant and one that is elusive. By posing these questions, Ramana Maharshi guides the seekers to investigate the nature of the I and its relationship with the mind. The mind only knows objects, and who you are is not an object. So the mind can never really know the self. The seekers were asking from the point of view of the mind, which cannot see the self. Ramana tells us that it is the mind that declares the I as imperceptible. The mind, unable to see the non-objective self, creates this perception of an elusive I. Then Ramana prompts the seekers to inquire into the very nature of the mind. Where does the mind come from? What is its origin? They'll discover that the mind is merely a construct, a myth. The construct is composed of the boundless consciousness, which is what you are. This idea of the mind being a construct is key in Advaita Vedanta, emphasizing the illusion of the ego. Ramana then invokes the example of King Janaka, a legendary figure in Advaita Vedanta. King Janaka realized that the mind, seen as the thief responsible for ruining one's peace and happiness, needed to be dealt with. Only in recognizing the illusory nature of the mind can you find lasting happiness. When the questioner asks how to know the I, Ramana responds with profound insight. He declares that the I, or the true self, is always present. You don't need anything new. It doesn't require new knowledge to be acquired. It is not something newly obtained, but rather is eternally existent. What is transient comes and goes, and can never be the true I. It is the veils of the mind's projections based on ignorance that obstruct the realization of the true I. Maharshi further emphasizes that both ignorance and knowledge pertain to the realm of the mind and ego, not to the Atman, the true self. They are like overgrowths that need to be cleared away. This concept aligns with Advaita Vedanta's teaching that the Atman is beyond both knowledge and ignorance. It exists naturally as it is without being affected by these transient states. Ramana Maharshi's teaching highlights the need to transcend the illusory ego and realize the eternal and unchanging I that exists beyond the confines of the mind and its constructs. This understanding is a fundamental aspect of Advaita Vedanta, which encourages you to look within and realize your true nature. So inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. These videos help bring Ramana Maharshi's teachings into your direct experience. Subscribe now